If we can have your name and age.
My name is Luwan. I'm 27.
Okay, and Luwan, why do you still have your balloon unpopped?
I just want to hear a little bit more. Like, I also want to know, like, do you have any kids? Do you have a good relationship with your parents? And, like, you know, kind of, honestly, like, is that your signature look? Because I feel like you have a natural look that's probably very, you know, that's very unique. And I would like to see more of your natural look. Like, when you wake up out of bed, I'm pretty sure you do. I just would rather see that side of you, because that's kind of like what I lean towards. It's just the natural, you know, your real hair and stuff, which I'm sure you do, but I want to see more of that. But if you got that, then we good. But other than that, though.
Baby, they said come dressed to impress. They said come to look good. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
So,
I hear you.
if you don't like me as a woman, like dressing myself up, if you don't appreciate me,
What's up, visionary?
What's good?
Got something to tell you. Welcome to another episode of Visions of Love and Relationships. I'm Tanya, and I'm joined by my wonderful husband,
Lamont.
And we hope you're doing well as usual.
As usual.
So if you're new to the channel, make sure that you subscribe, okay? Because we got juicy things coming out here.
Yeah.
Okay. And Lamont and our mission is to help married couples create a healthier marriage, just the same way we did.
Yeah.
And
doing.
Yeah, did and are still doing. Absolutely. It's a work in progress.
Yeah.
For real. And a work in process. And we're also here to help couples, you know, start off healthy, even when dating.
Yeah.
So with that said, we've got a clip that we wanted to show you because we think it's very important that you know who's actually showing up.
Yeah.
You know, there's different versions of yourself that we'll get into later that show up in a relationship.
Yeah. And based on which version shows up in the relationship, it will dictate whether you have a healthy relationship or an unhealthy relationship.
Absolutely.
So, like I said, we got this clip right here. We want to show you this thing in action. Which version shows up? So
Pay attention, okay?
If we can have your name and age.
My name is Luwan. I'm 27.
Okay, and Luwan, why do you still have your balloon unpopped?
I just want to hear a little bit more. Like, I also want to know, like, do you have any kids? Do you have a good relationship with your parents? And, like, you know, kind of, honestly, like, is that your signature look? Because I feel like you have a natural look that's probably very, you know, that's very unique. And I would like to see more of your natural look. Like, when you wake up out of bed, I'm pretty sure you do. I just would rather see that side of you, because that's kind of like what I lean towards. It's just the natural, you know, your real hair and stuff, which I'm sure you do, but I want to see more of that. But if you got that, then we good. But other than that, though.
baby, they said come dressed to impress. They said come to look good. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
So,
I hear you.
if you don't like me as a woman, like
She showed up.
Yes, the adaptive child definitely showed up.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the things that I noticed is she popped that balloon with a passion.
Yeah. She popped it with a passion.
Something really triggered her.
Yeah.
To go back.
Yeah.
And get upset.
And all the man said was what he wanted to see how she looked without the makeup on.
Yeah, her natural state.
Yeah. Which is the state that most people will be seeing without the makeup.
Right. And if I'm not mistaken, he's like the only one who still got the balloon unpopped. So is she trying to find love or what? So, but as you can see, other versions of yourself can show up at any time, you know, in a relationship, in dating, on Pop the Balloon to find love.
Yeah. And see, she came to find love, but yet she came with that aggressiveness. When we go out there trying to find love with that aggressiveness, it ended up being gridlock.
Yeah.
We bumping heads trying to get close to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Don't work like that.
Nope. So let's finish.
Yeah.
they said come dressed to impress. They said come to look good. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
So,
I hear you.
if you don't like me as a woman, like dressing myself up, if you don't appreciate me trying to come out and dress up for you, then I'm not the one for you. So I ain't got to answer none of your other questions,
Okay.
honestly.
I understand. I didn't say you wasn't attracted. I'm just saying, like, I'm pretty sure you have another side of you that I would like to see, more of the natural side. I mean, I seen this side of you, but I want to see the natural side.
Well,
honestly.
I mean, if I'm going on a date, if I'm going to go step out, if they asking me to dress to impress, then what I'm going to do is do that.
So my question is, if I'm expressing, like, if we was in a relationship and I'm expressing you how I feel like you coming in my neck right now. Which, you know, I got tough skin, it's cool. But, like, I'd rather for you to, like, understand that, like, okay, I got that side of me. You know what I'm saying? But right now, this is who I am. And then I would have accepted that.
Where you from?
I'm from Tennessee, Nashville.
Tennessee?
Yeah.
What part?
Nashville.
Nashville?
Yeah.
Okay.
You been there before? Oh, okay.
I've never been to Nashville. Well, I drove through there one time.
Yeah.
Going to Atlanta. But I never actually been out there and, like, hung out. So I don't know the vibe of the city.
It's all right. It's cool. We got a lot of rooftops, infinity pools. You know, we got a few things like
Basic
that.
city.
Right.
Basic
right.
American city.
Right. Nothing special.
Hi, we're Visible. Getting set to travel this summer and need a wireless plan that'll keep you connected on the go? Do it with one line and unlimited 5G.
But it's,
But no, like, I had to pop, though, because, like, why would you? I don't know. To me personally, they told us to come dressed to impress.
Yeah.
So,
you
like,
did.
for me, when I
did.
go out, I like to dress up.
You did.
And, like, I like to put my shit, like, I'm sorry, I don't want to curse.
For sure.
I like to put it on. But, of course, I still look good without makeup. You know, makeup doesn't completely change your face. Well, does it?
I was gonna say.
Can it? Sometimes it
Your
can.
friend, I know you seen your friends that, you know
I
what
ain't
I'm
gonna lie.
saying?
Sometimes,
Hey.
but it doesn't completely change my face.
I see what you're saying.
So,
Right.
But nah.
Right. Okay, but that was.
But you know what? One thing I knew, I was like, you know what? Somebody gonna say I got too much makeup on, but I don't care because that's what I like to do. And
I
like,
ain't
if
say
y'all
that though.
pop-
I ain't say
You
that
ain't-
though.
what you say? Wait, hold on. What you say?
I just wanted to know, like, do you have a natural side of you, like just?
Oh,
with,
yes.
Just with. I like that though. I lean towards that. If you have that, we good. But if, like, that's why I asked, is that your signature style?
No, I'm a very multifaceted person.
Okay.
So sometimes I'm laid back, and then sometimes I'm not.
Got you.
It's like, it's a mixture of both. So sometimes you'll see me, if you know me in private,
Okay.
you'll see a different side of me.
For sure. Just, you know what I'm saying? I'm just speaking my opinion. You good?
Maybe I should have popped your balloon so fast.
Yeah, that's all I'm just trying to say.
I don't know. You seem pretty nice.
I'm solid. You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
I've never seen it where I asked for a balloon back. Like the person on the other side.
I know this is new. So
It's a little different.
you want that balloon back?
You what? Let's get that balloon back.
Okay. So you realize you understand his question now, right?
He was just expressing, just a genuine concern. So I'm like, okay, maybe I popped too fast.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Let me bring you on.
So now she's coming into an adult. Yeah.
An adult self.
Yeah. So her first reaction was very childish, I would say.
Yeah. Offensive.
Not listening.
Triggered.
Yeah. And before that, the other guys were giving her, some feedback as well that she ain't like. So it was already working that childness on up.
Yeah, building up.
Yeah, it was building on up. But, let's finish it right quick. And,
we'll really get into it.
Yes.
You seem pretty nice.
I'm solid. You know what I'm saying?
I've never seen it where I asked for a balloon back. Like the person on the other side.
I know this is new. So you want that balloon back?
You what?
That's my balloon back.
Right.
So you realize you understand his question now, right?
He was just expressing, just a genuine concern. So I'm like, okay, maybe I popped too fast.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
And here go the woman.
Yeah.
The adult.
Yeah. The adult version came up, but let's go ahead and finish this. Please.
Okay.
Let me bring you on up here. Let's go back over here. Come on. All right.
Reason that you ever not dated someone.
Kind of like if somebody come out dressing, like if we appearance is everything, like you were saying. So like if they come.
All right, guys. So my final question is it going to be a yes for you for her?
It is. Yes.
Is it a yes for you for him?
Yeah.
We got a match! All right, I'll take this mic and y'all.
See? Once the adult came, she was able to woosah and make an informed decision.
Yeah.
Children don't make informed decisions.
Yeah, it's hard for a child to make a informed decision. They're basing decisions off their feelings.
Right.
And when she did come into her adult self, and she came on the show as an adult, trying to get in a relationship, trying to find love or pop the balloon. In her case, she wanted to find love because, well, she didn't at first, but soon after she stepped into her true self, then she was like, I'm here to get a relationship.
Yeah,
Let me drop this barrier. Let me drop this offensiveness. Let me drop this aggressiveness so I can actually connect with this person.
Right.
Give them a change.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, I just feel like, that is a perfect example of some things that's being brought into marriages.
Yeah. And just how people showing up in relationships.
Or, these things you can show up this way in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so Lamont and I got a wonderful PowerPoint for you. We ain't gonna hold you too long, but we must explain. Oh yeah, I need to screen share how these things can affect, because again, we are all about creating and maintaining healthy relationships and healthy marriages.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when we show up to do relationships, like I said, there's going to be two versions of us to show us. Can see if we can. Can you do it sideways? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, like I said, when we show up to do relationships, we want to be in a relationship with a man, or you want to be in a relationship with a woman, then we got to show up as our authentic self. And we got to let down the barrier, because otherwise, if we don't let down the barrier, then we're going to end up getting in conflict, staying in conflict, and not truly growing a relationship to its full self that it can get if we both let down our barrier of offensiveness.
Right. And on another note, it's still on the same note, but I know it's hard to be your authentic self when you're going out or meeting somebody, because the society today is just so fake. Yeah. And everybody have to be somebody or feel like they got to be somebody they're not to impress somebody. But remember, can't nobody else be you. Yeah. So your authentic self will always win.
Yeah, will always win.
Okay.
It's the best version.
Absolutely. So with that said, which part of you shows up?
Yeah.
All right. So as you see, we have the wounded child here. You want to go back?
Yeah.
We got the wounded child. Maximize.
Yeah, maximize.
We got the adaptive child, and we got the wise adult. So the wounded child, that's going to be, the child, the baby you, like the growing up you.
Adolescence,
okay.
First development.
Yes. But that wounded child is taken into the adaptive child.
Yeah, and it forms your perspective on life.
Right. So all the things you went through as that wounded child carries over to you, a teenager, and then until a wise adult. So as you can see, this is a lot of baggage. You got a carry-on bag.
Yeah.
You got that wounded child. You got the adaptive child.
Yeah.
You got all this coming into your relationship.
Yeah. But in most cases, when we show up in a relationship, there's going to be two versions that show up. Two versions that show up. It's going to be either your adaptive child or the wise adult child.
Yeah. And the only reason I speak on wounded child is because the wounded child is part of the adaptive child. It's still part. Even though the adaptive child is the one that show up, it just adapted to all the things that happened when you was a wounded child. Yeah. So that's why I bring that up. But yeah, the adaptive child or the wise adult.
Yeah, it's going to be the one that showed up. And when we show up, like I said, if the adaptive child shows up and you take that adaptive child in the relationship, then your relationship is going to be unhealthy.
Yeah. So some of the things that you could bring in your relationship as adaptive child would be like what? Maybe a previous relationship, or maybe something your parents did.
Yeah.
You know, like maybe your parents had trust issues, or some things your parents lived by that you just never, got over. You just always take it into a relationship with you, or in life with you. You just never got over it. Okay, so some of the things that you experience as a adaptive child is the way you look at things.
The way your perspective
Your
on
perspective
life.
absolutely is. I mean, as an adaptive child, you see in black and white.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, and so as you got something?
No, go ahead.
Okay, and as that wise adult, your perspective is it's nuanced.
Yeah, you say everything is neutral.
Right. So you're not seeing this or that, it's neutral. Another thing, as an adaptive child, you're a perfectionist.
Yeah.
That clip sort of, took me in that mind as an adaptive child for the girl, because she was kind of like, baby, I came to dress to impress.
Yeah, dressed to impress.
They told me to,
Yeah.
So that was definitely an adaptive child, because if she was that wise adult version of herself, then she would have been more realistic,
and she would have understood what he's saying. Is there another side to you?
Right. He was being realistic.
Yeah, he was
realistic,
because he came as the wise adult, and she was an adaptive child. She came as the child version of herself.
Right.
An adaptive child and a wise adult is just the child version of yourself, and the wise adult version of yourself. We both got it in us. Everybody can be a child, and everybody can be an adult in different situations. But when we come to relationships, we come to do relationships. If that adaptive child comes up too frequently in our relationship, then we're going to find out we in gridlock with opposite sex.
Yeah. So just going out the video and looking at these things, checking them off, look, the adaptive child is relentless.
Yeah. And she was relentless with it when she popped that balloon.
Yes. She was relentless and passionate about what she was saying as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So as a wise adult, you're going to be forgiving.
Yeah.
So that you see her starting
when
to
she
forgive.
Her
like,
adult.
oh,
you was just trying to see what I...
Yeah.
Like, duh.
That's valid. I mean, it's valid for you. I mean, I was wrong.
Yeah.
So harsh, hard, all those feelings, all those perspectives are adaptive child. When I look at the dude, he had the wise adult because he was warm, yielding, he was humble, and he was relaxed.
Yeah, he was relaxed. He was like, oh, okay. He didn't put too much pressure on it, but like I said, he had to break down that wall of barrier. And a lot of women, they got that barrier wall up when they out there, people trying to holler and be like, oh, no. Sometimes men not even be trying to holler. He might just trying to ask you something simple and stuff. Right. But we don't give people a time of the day. And the one that might be the relationship that might, or somebody talk to us that might turn out to be something better than it is. But the people we don't give a time of day. But somebody to come vulgar, like some women be saying the way he called my name. Some people will like the way somebody called the name vulgar or something.
Right.
Like girl come over here and say disrespectful when they call a name. They adapt to that versus somebody respectful. And then we wonder why it ain't panning out right.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. That's why it's so important for you, like if you're getting into a serious relationship or, thinking of getting married, it's important to have therapists or, counseling and single-handedly before y'all come together with it, because you have to let go of that baggage, before you get into that serious relationship, because something is bound to happen. And don't get me wrong, the adaptive child, it's gonna come out,
and
from time to time.
And in many situations, sometimes it's there to protect you from getting hurt.
Right.
But in the case we did in a romantic relationship, especially with our partner, somebody we love, that's not the case.
Right.
The partner's not trying to hurt us. They really just, like the lady said, he simply voiced a complaint. And if somebody cannot voice a complaint without us up to our adaptive child, what is adaptive child? Harsh, relentless, hard. Anytime we bring that up inside our relationship, when we're in a conflict, we're simply talking to the opposite sex, then there will be conflict. And
absolutely.
Our relationship cannot, if we can't keep the relationship out of the adaptive child state, more often than not, then our relationship will be unhealthy.
Absolutely. So what can we do? We can take a step back when we noticing that, like with myself, to put myself in it, I got a trigger word for my baby. If my baby call me childish, that triggers me. Even if my adaptive child has came out, that triggers me. So if I can take a step back and like kind of breathe and just know that he's not trying to hurt me, that he's just, voicing a complaint or just, then things can run a little more smoothly, that I can work on it.
Yeah.
Instead of taking it as, oh, he trying to, going back to the adaptive child, like he calling me child. And I'm still working on it. It's a work in progress. So we gotta recognize when our adaptive child is trying to come out.
And me personally, I think more often than not, women are the ones that the adaptive child come out in.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the men too, but they just be playing the game.
Yeah, but see, a man's child's not gonna, he's just gonna shut down.
Yeah.
But a woman, adaptive child come out. A woman is more. A man, if his adaptive child, he's probably out more, stays out.
Yeah.
If a man start being harsh and hard and all this stuff, then his stays out. That's not a man that jump back and forth. He probably liked it.
Right. I do kind of feel like a man who play a video game all the time is in his adaptive child stage.
He is. Yeah.
Yeah, all the time. Okay. But yeah, so it's definitely important to recognize who is showing up in a relationship. So I see why, like I said, I was talking about single, while you still, you finna get married, but I think that it's important for you both to get therapy on an individual level, to unpack some of the baggage that you got, so you won't bring it in. That will definitely help to create a healthier relationship. Once you know, if you don't know,
awareness is the first thing of breaking something. And maybe you might not think you got nothing to break,
right?
But just being somebody, when you're in the picture, it's hard to see the picture when you're in the frame. Sometimes you need to step outside the frame and just let somebody look in and open up, so they can tell you, well, maybe you do got this.
Right.
Maybe you should take this on into your relationship if you plan on getting married, because this is going to be a problem that's going to come back up and bite you if you don't address the problem early. Then it don't go away.
Right.
It just reappears here.
Right. Most of the relationship issues be with trust.
Yeah.
Or something of that nature. Something that was in your adaptive childhood.
Or previous relationship.
Previous relationship.
And like I said, as we saw in the video, when we step inside our adaptive child, we do what? It causes us to react in a knee-jerk reaction, knee-jerk response. An adaptive child is nothing but a knee-jerk response to conflict, a knee-jerk response to somebody say something to us, a knee-jerk response that's without any thought into it.
Yeah.
But when we step into our second, as you see when a girl, she stepped into her second conscious mind, which is the wise adult, then she was able to respond more wiser. Her breath started. She was even breathing hard when to do it. She was like, she was so ready to respond that she was just ready.
Yeah.
And every time we were ready to respond versus ready to react, she was ready to react versus ready to respond. She was ready to react. Whatever he said, she was ready for it. Like she prepared for the part about the makeup. I was waiting on somebody to say something about makeup. I would say, this is the way I am. So she was already ready, prepared for what he said about the makeup. But necessarily wasn't that close to it, but it was close enough for her to hear just the makeup and get triggered.
Right.
And go into an adaptive child.
Absolutely.
And sometimes we set ourselves up for failure. If you thinking like that, like, I know the makeup, I don't want nobody to say, the way she was thinking about the makeup, she set herself up for that question. So no matter how it was sliced, if makeup was said to her, she was going to be triggered like she was.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good stuff, baby.
Yeah. So like I say, the core practice of being a wise adult is relational mindfulness. And what relational mindfulness, like I said, relational mindfulness is realizing that my point is to connect with the person in front of me. My point is to connect. We can't connect if we bickering and arguing. We can't connect if we offensive and all in our feelings. We cannot connect like that. So if we are to connect, we ought to step into our wise adult. And then the Bible says, when I was a man, I put away childish ways.
Yeah.
When I thought like a child, I understood like a child, and I responded like a child. But when I became adult, I put away childish ways. So we got to put away our childish ways. And I know many people that we do step into our adaptive child. I mean, like my Bible says, she do. I do sometimes. We all step into that. But the point is to stay out of that more often than not.
Yeah.
Everybody once, twice, maybe a month or so. But if we in that adaptive child too frequently, then that relationship is going to become unhealthy. Yeah, and if you got two adaptive childs in a relationship, children in a relationship, then that relationship is probably going to be a lot of bickering, arguing, and a lot of conflict.
Yeah, it won't work.
It won't work.
It won't even work with one.
No. But one
that's always in adaptive child state.
Depends on who it is. Well, no, it won't work.
No.
It won't work because it's an unhealthy and imbalanced relationship.
Yeah.
In order for two adults to have a healthy adult relationship, then you both got to show up as your adult self.
Yeah, and it got to be balanced.
Yeah.
In order for a relationship to be healthy, there got to be balance.
Yeah.
I can't say that enough.
Yeah. So let's go back again. If you are in your childish state and you're unrelated, you don't want to be in a relationship, then keep showing up as your adaptive child. What is adaptive child? Black and white. Saying everything, you want everything to be perfect. You're relentless with your pursuit. You're rigid. You're harsh. You're hard, and you're uncertain. So if you want your relationship failed, keep being it. But if you want a healthy relationship,
you're actually certain. Yeah.
Then
go ahead, baby.
No, you go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying that you're certain, not uncertain.
Yeah.
As adaptive child.
If you want a healthy relationship, then it's wise that you step up to your wise adult.
Mm-hmm. And display some of these perspectives, like nuance instead of being black and white.
Yeah.
You are forgiving.
Yeah.
You are flexible.
Yeah.
You're warm. You're validating. You're humble. And your body is not so uptight. Yeah. You relax.
And this is a natural state. When we're in our wise adult, it's a natural state.
Yeah.
When we're in our adaptive child, it's an unnatural state because you're an adult acting like a child.
Yeah.
It's not where you're supposed to be. Now, if you're a child, you good. But when you become adult, you're not supposed to be in your adaptive child state.
Yeah.
So often.
Right. And you can see it too.
Yeah.
Like if you notice like your husband or your boyfriend fussing and you over there like la 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 la. I mean, who does that?
A child.
A child.
A child.
You know?
Yeah. So this week, or not even this week, the rest of this week, this weekend, I want you to pay attention to your adaptive child and your wise adult. I mean, pay attention, see who shows up. Maybe this week you got 5 days?
Yeah.
4 or 5 days. Healthy relationships are built on 5 to 1 healthy interactions. So you need to have at least 2, 3. Let's say if you can stay in your wise adult 4 days out of these 5 days. 3 days out of these 5 days.
And even if you can recognize when you're doing it, write it down or something, you know, something that you can look back on. And so, you know, like journal it. Yeah. Like I was, you know.
Yeah, I was kind of childish today.
Journal it and work on it, because if you want a long-lasting, healthy relationship, you have to recognize when the adaptive child is showing up and correction. Yeah. Okay? And correct.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And like I said, and when you step into your wise adult and you're in that plenty of days out the year, then you're going to watch your relationship start to thrive.
Mm-hmm. And so, this. Yeah. Are you know?
I'm good.
I'm good. Okay. This has been another episode of Visions of Love and Relationships. Make sure that you like, comment, share. Let us know what you think about, you know, which part of you showing up. You know, let us know. You know, comment.
Yeah. Let us know how you came into your adaptive child this week. Mm-hmm. Did the child version of you show up this week? Let us know in the comment section. And maybe showed up in your partner. Let us know if your partner showed like he was in it. He was in the adaptive child like 3 days after the week. Yeah. Or 4 days after the week. Let us know in the comment section, guys, and let us know.
I want to know if you got any value. Yeah. If you got some value, make sure that you subscribe, comment, like, share, show a little love. As you can see, we got our book behind us. Yeah. You can get our book, cop the book, to help you on your start to a healthier relationship or to create a healthy relationship. Yeah. Who knows? We're here to help. Yeah. This has been another episode again. They had vision, and together they built the life that they love. Go build. Go build. See you on the next one.